Hello and welcome to the third of four special live broadcasts from Zero Waste Scotland during COP26. With the event reaching the latter stages, negotiations are now at a critical point, and we here at Zero Waste Scotland are sharing the latest news, events and progress. And we're also bringing our key message to life. We need to talk about consumption. To truly end our contribution to the climate change, we need to rethink how we consume in Scotland and around the world.
Scotland and other parts of the world have declared a climate emergency. Global emissions are destroying our planet, and if we carry on as we are, it's going to get worse. If we're serious about ending our contribution to climate change, we need to rethink how we consume, both here in Scotland and around the world. And that's something all of us need to be involved in.
We need a system-wide change that enables us all to choose more sustainable ways to live, use the things we need, and share resources. This is what's known as a circular economy. Through it, we can maximise value from the goods we already have in circulation, while relieving pressure on finite natural materials like oil and precious metals. We know that adapting to a circular economy can and does work for everyone, delivering an improved bottom line for business and offering a more sustainable way of life for citizens. Zero Waste Scotland is working with communities and businesses across Scotland, helping to reimagine the way we live, work and travel. By working together, we have a huge opportunity to accelerate our circularity and to change Scotland and the world for the better.
Each of us has a vital role to play in tackling climate change, and it starts now.
Today saw the launch of the OECD report, The Circular Economy in Glasgow. Zero Waste Scotland funded this project in partnership with Glasgow City Council and the Glasgow Chambers of Commerce. Zero Waste Scotland's Louise McGregor was at the hybrid event in person, and she took part in a panel discussion. Also at the conference today, our Director of Communications and Engagement, Jill Farrell, has been taking part in a side event, The Future of Plastics, at the New York Times Hub event in Glasgow. This hands-on workshop was bringing together leaders, students, members of the community who were looking to learn, debate, and to discover an equity-orientated solution. With the focus on plastics, Zero Waste Scotland has funded a number of projects to show the world a better way in tackling the global problem that is plastics that pollutes our land and pollutes our oceans. Project Beacon, one of those projects, is a world first in plastic reprocessing plants. We're going to show a case study now which shows the impacts of this new advanced plastic sorting and upcycling facility in Perthshire and the benefits that that's bringing. Unbelievably, we're on day 10 of COP26, the most vital climate summit in our generation. To help us understand what's been happening in the latest news, Zero Waste Scotland's PR team have helpfully pulled together some of the latest headlines and what's been happening. First up, A draft of the COP26 negotiation outcome was published overnight, urging countries to strengthen their 2030 greenhouse gas emissions targets by the end of next year. The draft is likely to form the basis of the main outcome at the summit, which will aim to clarify and build upon the Paris Agreement. Now, today the focus at the event and the conference is transport, which is leading the agenda, and fossil fuel buses and lorries face a sales ban from 2040, with 13 countries calling on others to join the road decarbonisation efforts as soon as possible. Now, next up, Boris Johnson has been speaking to the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia about the country's pledges and the need to make progress in the negotiations in Glasgow, and he has returned to the COP26 summit, this time by train. And finally up, we've got sustainable transport campaigners gathering outside Glasgow city chambers today to protest the lack of integrated and affordable bus and rail services in the city. This comes in light of a unique multi-modal travel card handed out to COP delegates, with the hope that that will be something that becomes more permanent for all the residents in Glasgow and beyond as well. So, as mentioned a minute ago, one of the key themes at COP26 today is transport. And as we move to zero emission vehicles, the demand for batteries is also going to increase. With a focus on energy infrastructure, Zero Waste Scotland, in partnership with Transport Scotland and Scottish Enterprise, has published new research forecasting battery demand in Scotland over the next 25 years. This research was led by Zero Waste Scotland's Charlotte Stamper, and here's what she has to say about her role, about the focus on energy infrastructure, and the vital function that the circular economy plays in tackling the climate emergency.
My name is Charlotte Stamper and I'm a partner at Zero Waste Scotland. The area I specialise in is called energy infrastructure. This is the name given to materials and products that we need to generate, distribute and store energy. So for example, things like wind turbines, batteries, subsea cables and oil rigs. This infrastructure is a vital part of how we reach net zero, but it also comes with huge consumption and extraction of raw materials such as metals and aggregates, and these are activities that emit a lot of carbon. This role is important to me because combating climate change will require an engineering challenge greater than the first industrial revolution, and it's vital we do this in a way that doesn't destroy our planet and also results in an equitable outcome for all populations. We know the way to do this is via a circular economy, and this is where we reuse, repurpose, remanufacture and recycle as much as possible, and therefore avoid having to extract any more from the earth than we already do.
So, as we transition to a low-carbon economy, batteries are going to play an increasingly important, though welcome, role in our transport and wider energy sectors. Though the research also predicts that battery waste is going to triple over the next 25 years, and that 40% of those are expected to come from electric vehicles. To get more information on the issues, but also the opportunities for Scotland when it comes to batteries, as well as the key recommendations from our report, visit our content hub at www.zerowastescotland.org.uk/COP26. As well as batteries within transport though, other organisations are looking to create high-value, low-carbon biochemicals and other sustainable alternatives to petrochemicals. One such company is Celtic Renewables, who received support from Zero Waste Scotland. Here's a short case study to show our work with the growing firm, who supply the transportation industry and others with biofuels and chemicals from the byproducts of the Scotch whisky industry. So that's all we've got time for today. There's still plenty of updates and resources available on our content hub though. That's www.zerowastescotland.org.uk/COP26. So please make sure you visit. You can also follow us on social media, on Twitter @ZerowWasteScot and on Facebook, Zero Waste Scotland. If you have any questions or you want to feature on one of our future broadcasts, then please do get in touch. Otherwise, stay safe and join us on our next broadcast on Friday. And until then, take care.